Hey guys, my name is Nate and this is my brother Steven. Together we are Wingman Merch.
Thanks for checking out our video. We put these up about a month after we shoot them. If you'd like to catch any of these videos live, check out our Facebook page. The link is in the description.
We're going to do a go live, our little Merch Monday as we're calling it. We're going to try and do these every Monday. Can't promise that's going to happen, but we want to just show our faces and talk with you guys for a bit. The big reason that we want to do this is just to answer questions live. This one we didn't really have a time for, and because it's the first one, everything's kind of thrown together. But moving forward, we're hoping to do this maybe not the exact same time every week, but maybe do a poll and see like, hey, when is everyone free on Monday? Or we'll figure out the timing of it. But we want to be able to answer you guys' questions about merch live. So this will be the first one, and this will be more of an informational one because we don't expect anyone to be in here. We just want to do it live for you guys. But these, at the beginning of these, we'll kind of update you on our businesses, or our business, what we're trying to do with merch, and some of, I guess, our mindset for what we're trying to do in the future. We're going to update you on Amazon, what Amazon's doing, since that changes basically by hour. So we'll update you with like things like the freeze and other things that we see going on, and then what this week will look like inside the group. We want to be more active in the group than we were this last week, but really for us, we need some type of a plan, and now that we have that put together, we can start being more active in here. Anything I missed?
No, just we thought we were going to get a lot of questions because we get PM'd quite a bit, and we just thought kind of putting everybody in a group, they might start asking questions, but I don't know if people are kind of afraid about asking questions to other people because I still get PM'd quite a bit, so I'm trying to push people to just be more interactive in the group because I'm sure whatever questions you have, a whole bunch of people have that same question. I can take a screen grab of all the messages I have up at the bottom that are asking the same thing, and especially now that people are getting new accounts and getting approved, we're just trying to help the most people that we can in the best way. So we feel this is the best format. We feel that we want to start structuring some more stuff. I'll let Nathaniel talk about kind of the plan that we want to move forward with, though.
Yeah, so
talk about us a little bit.
Yeah, we'll just talk about us and our business. So I guess from the very beginning, merch was, as the camera focuses, merch was just kind of another thing I was trying. I was working at a screen printing company, being their head graphic designer there, and I was just doing merch on the side because I knew all of this information about t-shirt art. So I started putting my designs up on merch. When they started to sell, we were like, hey, there's something to this. So we started putting more and more time into it until I was full-time doing merch. And that's when Steven got interested because he knows a lot more of the data side of things. And so he was asking me questions like, why are my shirts selling? And I was like, oh, it's the design because my designs are awesome. And he was like, that's probably not it. So he started digging around into some of the keywords. I don't know if you want to touch on any of that.
No, we'll go into it. And especially when we kind of roll out how we want the week to be displayed. Or you mean just me learning keywords?
Yeah, I guess why you started helping me out with merch was just the keyword part of it. I guess that's really all it is.
Just intriguing. The fact that they were selling and the fact that like the grind of reselling was something that I was trying to steer away from. So getting into private label and doing other things, it was very interesting to me to see so much, I don't want to say little effort, but so much easier to do it that way than it was to do like the hustle to go store or contact a wholesaler and get the stuff. It just, the time that it took him to get shirts up and the time it took me to get private label or wholesale or anything up was just like a whole world of difference. So it was very exciting to me to go, okay, how many of these can we launch a day? And how many of these do we get? Like just learning about the platform was very exciting. So that's why I dug into to see if the keyword side was the same as it was for private label and wholesale. It kind of is, but it definitely is its own beast. So we have a different way of looking at it.
Yeah, it did seem like not a lot of effort because even though Steven's been the main person selling online, he would always grab me and help me, like have me help pipe boxes and do shipments and go out shopping. And
you want to have a return and I don't want to resell it or do it on eBay.
So there was a lot more that we felt that went into it. And it was just something that I enjoyed, like making shirt art already. So it was very intriguing for both of us. So through doing that, we started talking to people in the merch community and not in the merch community, like private label and other Amazon areas, and
I
just
think that's
started.
probably where it started, where I started helping people.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people that I knew that were doing private label that had a merch account
exactly.
that were just sitting on it. And then telling them kind of what we were doing and the success we were having, and then them asking a lot of questions is kind of where we're like, oh, we really like this aspect of helping people. So I think that's kind of where it started. And now it's kind of just anyone that knows somebody.
Anyone that wants to talk merch at all, I will talk to them. So
Probably at
that's,
CES too is another big boost.
Yeah.
Because you were there talking to a lot of people after Chris left.
we always liked helping people, but it came very apparent to us that we knew a good amount about merch, just because of my art side and Steven being able to like dig into the keywords. So that was really cool, like kind of idea that went off in both of our heads that were like, oh, we should just be helping people with this. So, because it's something that both of us like to do already is help people, and since we knew merch pretty well, it seemed like those two went together pretty well. So we can skip that next point. We have some notes roughly written out. But yeah, so that's what our focus now is just helping those people. Like Steven says, he gets a lot of personal messages just about the same type of questions, and we feel like we can answer them in the group and also just bring more knowledge because we have a good amount of knowledge and we like sharing it. So we want this Facebook group to be that, obviously, but we want to do stuff like this go live. So you guys can just ask us on the spot questions, we can answer them. And then throughout the week, we want to be bringing more informational videos to you guys because we want to start making some of those.
Yeah, we're trying to, well, we're about to talk about that.
Yeah, we can just say it now. Build the start here.
Yeah, we want to, I noticed last week, well, last kind of week and a half, a lot of people are getting accepted to Amazon. So we almost want this group to be like a start here, advanced here, and then like even more of what Amazon merch is to us, where it's not just like relying on organic traffic. That thing is just gonna
we're gonna have to figure out something with the camera. It's gonna keep refocusing probably. So
sorry about that. I'm gonna go back. So what this group was originally was for people that have merch accounts that have higher tiers, and we were going to go into like our strategy of how to use merch to get the most out of it. But since so many people now are getting new accounts, we want to at least have a place to point them. So the next few weeks, we want to just be able to quickly brush through what merch is, how to benefit from merch, organic traffic, and then after we do that, we want to break off into the more advanced content. So by end of next month, we want to have like a, is that what we're calling it, a start here?
Yeah, some Facebook groups have it. Just that idea of like when you join a new Facebook group and there's all this activity and stuff going on, it's kind of easy to get lost in it or not understand. So we want to make a series of videos that anyone, regardless of where you're at, if you're at the 10,000 tier, if you're just starting off, can just watch these videos, know kind of who we are, what we're trying to do, and what merch is and what you can do.
And start having success.
Yeah.
Because almost when you get an account, you don't know what to do, and it is very overwhelming. So we want to be able to, like, step by step, our process, what we found success, how we've helped a whole bunch of other people find success in selling shirts. And then after we've done that, then we want to kind of dig into where we feel like we are most knowledgeable, which is earning more money, not just organic traffic. Right. A lot more than just organic traffic.
Right. So I guess we can talk about what that start here will look like and what the next couple of weeks will look like as far as the videos that we're trying to bring to you guys. So the first one is going to be like the tools that we use, just letting you know kind of how we're looking at merch as a whole and how we're looking at it through these lenses of the tools. They're helping us just gather more information that would just take us a while to gather without them. There's not a ton of great tools out there, and not a lot of them are merch specific, but we still do use a good amount of tools that speed up our processes. So we'll touch on that. And those tools are mostly used to help us with the keywords.
Just speed up. Tools are mostly built for speeding up our time.
Yeah, for speeding up our time. But they help us find the keywords that we're using and the landing places that we're using to put shirts. So the next week we'll talk about that. Also,
this week tools and keywords.
Oh, right, those are together. Right.
And then next week will be
the art, which I'll be able to talk on again with my experience from working from a screen printer, which was basically all T-shirts. Now to doing merch full time, which is all T-shirt artwork. I've got a good amount of knowledge for not just what sells like in the store, but also you have to think differently when you're selling on Amazon, which I'll touch on. Just the type of designs I try to do to stand out on Amazon. I know this camera's killing us. Then after that, we're going to talk about the listings and the pricing, how we actually make our listings. We'll show you a few examples. I might even show how I'm doing my listings pretty quickly, which is just a tool and a process, I guess, that we've built to get a lot of listings done quickly, because I'm doing a lot of listings now and I don't want to spend all day on them. So that's what we're trying to do with that. And then also the marketing. We are doing some marketing. So we'll touch on that.
Yeah, we were doing more
week.
Up until the freeze.
Right.
And now that they're suppressing and still kind of throttling, we haven't started that back up. But all the knowledge that we've learned from years of selling online, the pay-per-click is not something that's new to us, but it is a different way to do it through merch. And then after the marketing, we kind of want to touch on like managing your account and then growing your account. So once you start seeing sales, what do you do with that information? And then like, how do you manage your account just on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah. So niche down is something that comes to mind. But again, we'll touch on all of that throughout the next couple of weeks. But really what we want to, even though we have that list of things, really what we want to say is at any point, if there's something that you guys, under every video, we want you guys to ask questions. And then if we see enough questions for one thing, we're not like, hard stuck on this, these few weeks, so we can make a video about whatever you guys are asking about. So if there's one tool in particular that you're like, oh, how did you do that? Can you explain more about that? We can bump things because it's our group and, make the content that you guys want to see is really what we're trying to do. So definitely ask any questions that you guys have. We are doing this just to help you guys out. So we want to, tailor it to who's already in the group and who might be getting into the group in the future. So
that's the upcoming weeks. I just want to touch on what's going on with Amazon right now. What I'm finding as I'm doing my research, BSRs were gone for a while. Shirts that we've sold, the BSRs have not come back, but they are at least populating on the first page and then getting back up to where they were right before 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then new shirts that we are selling are starting to have BSRs. So the BSRs don't seem like they're disappearing. We had strategies going either way if the BSR is gone forever or if it does show back up, kind of what to do. So we're going to be touching on that as we do this week. We're going to do some like over the shoulder, kind of like what we're doing on a day-to-day basis to kind of show you, to help you hopefully get started and or tighten up your system that you have going on. And then you want to talk about what we did today. Well,
yeah.
What we're planning on doing is helping more nonprofits.
Right.
We really like helping businesses. We've helped churches, but now we're trying to help more. So nonprofits is kind of the next venture that we are personally going after.
Yeah, we've talked to one, and they kind of explained the win-win situation that it would be, and it just got us thinking how we could, duplicate this deal over and over and bring that as content to this group of just how you can approach nonprofits. We don't have anything like this; just started this week, but that's what we're going to be working on this week. How do we reach out to more nonprofits? How do we get answers from those nonprofits? The type of things to be saying so they can understand what merch is, because that seems to be such a huge hurdle when trying to make these partnerships. So that's what we'll be focusing on this week, and we'll touch on that whenever we have something to bring to you guys.
Yeah, today we were at a meeting. That's why my hair is greased back. So it is just something that has started. We've kind of talked about it before, but we haven't had the time now that the fourth quarter is over and things seem to be slowing down a little bit for us. We want to venture back out. But that's kind of, we just want to touch on kind of what we're doing. And then hopefully, like, when we talk about it, you can kind of see the follow-up on it. And then when we roll something out, it doesn't just come out of nowhere. Because we had a smaller group before, and it was kind of just like, oh, surprise. And people were like, you guys are doing a whole bunch, but we can't quite follow everything that you're doing. So now we're trying to trickle in information of what we have upcoming without going, oh, when this is on the horizon and this is just what we got going on. And then we'll try to tell you how it went. And then if it turns into something, then we want to be able to add it here to this group so that you guys can benefit from that information, that us going out and doing whatever we're doing.
Yeah, it's no secret that merch is new. So a lot of the stuff that we're doing is just new uncharted territory. So it's not like we have a bunch of ideas that we're like holding to trickle out. But if we are trying to do something actively this week, we'll tell you guys and just trying to keep you guys updated with what we're trying to do and how we can help you. So,
or if you want a video of all the stuff that we've tried that hasn't worked, you can just buckle up a whole 24 hours and we can just sit here.
24-hour live stream, all the failed emails I have in my email account.
Just anything that we're doing.
Yeah.
But we do want this to be something that you guys jump on. So if this time doesn't work, we can do it later. We can do it earlier. We really like doing this on Monday to kind of preference what's going on for the rest of the week. If that doesn't work, maybe we'll just do a separate like Monday video that's recorded and kind of go, this is where we're at. This is what we got going on. This is what we got going on for the week. And then whatever day we find works best for Q&A, then we'll try to do a live then. But I like doing this live. I like doing stuff with my brother. We were trying before to do videos and we were doing them separately, but this is not a form that we are used to talking to a camera. We normally sitting down with people at a group and talking to a whole bunch of people or large audiences. But we want this to be a lot more interactive. We want to see people, instead of messaging us directly, ask questions here. That kind of came off odd. You can personally message us. It's not we don't want the personal messages. We just want to help more people, and asking certain questions in a group form will help more people than me constantly answering those questions.
Right, and like I said before, merch is so new that just because we're doing something one way doesn't mean it's the only way to do it. So when you ask a question in a group like this, we're going to try to answer everything that we see, but there might be someone else who can add a nugget onto that and then change the way even that we're thinking about things. So that's really the idea of doing it in a group like this, just so that we can have everyone's input on that. There's some people in this group that have been doing merch for a long time, and they're not just starting out, so they're going to have their processes and their ways of thinking. So we would just want to open that discussion up. So that's what we're trying to do with this group as well.
Yeah, we try to only talk about stuff that we've actually had success with. I know a lot of people go, I'm a guru, you do this, and this will guarantee. I don't know. We haven't found anything that really works like this. For sure works every time, no matter what, because
and even if
Amazon
it does,
changes.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it does, it would only be that way for a week. So
we had something that we could almost guarantee we'd get on page 1 in the top 5 spots like a few months ago, but it switched. Yeah, so we can't go, oh, this for sure works, and we'll sell this class, and that's not what we're here for. We're just here to help you explain where we're at, what we're trying to do, and then from our opinion, answer questions. Yeah. And like Nathaniel said, have a whole bunch of people interacting so everybody can go, okay, this is probably the best way to do this. Yeah. But again, I want to reiterate that we are not lawyers. The trademark stuff is not. So if you're looking for, I want to not get my stuff rejected, good luck, because we check everything against everything that we feel is trademark checkable, and then Amazon has its own rules. So there's like the legal, illegal, and then Amazon's playground. So there is no one shoe fits all. Everything is kind of all over the place. So we do steer very far away from any gray area or anything that could be dancing on the line. So if you're looking to kind of skirt the corners or tread the line, that's not here for you. I apologize.
Yeah, we just stay far away from that just because of how much we think merch is going to grow. We think having these accounts and tearing up these accounts is going to lead to so much more in the future. So we don't even want to play close to the line with any of that stuff. Even though it might work for a short amount of time, it's not worth it to us, which I think you'll see a lot of people in the merch community feel that same way. So I think that's it. As I said before, you guys, if you have any questions, just go ahead and leave them below on this video as you're watching it, and we'll get back with you. And then any bigger questions that you have just about anything merch related, you can just post in the group.
Or complaints or anything you feel that we're not doing right.
Yeah, anything.
We're very easygoing.
Exactly. We're open, we're flexible. Even like Steven said, even if this Merch Monday doesn't work out, that's just a catchy name that we went with. If you guys all want to do it on Friday or whatever day, we'll do it. So we're flexible. We just want to help you guys out. I think that's all I got to say. Anything?
That's it. Thanks for being in here. We probably will be opening this up probably in the next month or two, so they'll probably get a bigger influx of people.
Yeah, so we're not really blasting this out. If you guys have people that you think want to learn more about merch, feel free to tell them to join this group. But we're going to try and get this like start here guide done first before we start, telling a bunch of people about this group, just so that when they join, there's a little bit more content. Because
and they're not asking the same question. How do I tier up?
Exactly.
Where do I start? This is like we're trying to avoid the mass influx of 2 or 3 different types of questions. So we're trying to slowly grow this thing, put the content in here that we need so that when we do get those questions, we have a place to point those people to go, okay, here's the start here. Here's the frequently asked questions and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Even if you have those questions now, feel free to post them in here because what will happen is we'll get a lot of those questions answered. And then as the new people start asking those questions, we can just go, oh, here's this post that we already talked about this. So any questions you guys have, just go ahead and ask them in the group and we'll get those answered. All right, I think that's it.
Now, finally.
Yeah.
For the last time.
We're all done.
All right.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you around.